Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Hoffman. I wanted to make a video to practice the strategies we've been learning and talking about in class so that it could assist you on any homework that you may be struggling with at home. We are just at this time practicing rounding to the nearest 10, but as I've told you in class, we are going to practice rounding to the nearest 100 starting tomorrow. So your goal then will be to read directions carefully and decide whether or not we're rounding to the nearest 10 or 100. But until then, let's just keep rounding to the nearest 10. So the strategy that we've learned in class is to visualize that number line, or actually draw your number line. Find your tens place, and this number 27, 20 gives us the clue that we're starting with 20 and 30, and one thing we're really working on in class is finding that midpoint. That midpoint is the one that tells us which way are we going to go. So if our midpoint is 25, we do X marks the spot, 27, and knowing that it's past our midpoint, that means it's rounding up to 30. So if parents are watching this and we're helping our own children or students, if you're showing this to your parents, go ahead and continue that model. And we've talked about that now we may be so good at doing this that it can just be done in our head. So the expectation is not that I see a number line, but that you think of the number line when you are rounding. Just for those that are continuing to use the number line, we know 82 is in between 80 and 90. I'm going to still find that midpoint at 85. Count, 82 is before 85, which means this number rounds to 80. The motto we use in class is no number scares us. So even though this number has hundreds, tens, and ones, we're just still going to find the tens place. That shows me now that I'm looking at 37. So just as we've done before, 30 and 40. Find your midpoint, that vocabulary we're using. 37 is going to fall after 35, which means it rounds to 40, but we know better than that. It's not 40, it's that 140. So the tens that it rounds to is the 40, but we can't forget to put that hundreds back. And we could think of this as 130, 140, if that will help us in our understanding, and 135. So for tonight's homework, you're using the same exact strategy, but we're going to do it and add to find the sums. So I've taught the teacher strategy of bring it over. Think about what that is. It's the same thing. Find your tens place, then do your number line if you need to. I saw you all in class, you're getting so good. So some of us don't need it, and we know that 217 is past 215, so that's going to round to 220. Then plus, bring it over, 188. 88 is going to round to 90, so we know that's 190. And then we're just going to add those to find the sum. Ones place, tens place would be 11, carry your 1, 3, and 4. So this is exactly what your homework is tonight. If you have any questions, circle them for tomorrow for us to discuss. And I'm so excited to see all your work, and we are ready for iReady. Bye.